Welcome to 303 Hoops, a whole lot more than the box score. For you hoop junkies, number nerds, or just someone who loves basketball, this is for the love of the game. Live from 303, I'm Ryan Hinsky.
And I'm Caleb Bunch. That was the last time we will be doing that intro, guys.
No.
This is the final episode for now. Maybe Ryan and I return, you know.
Yeah, you never know.
We'll say see you later at the end.
Yeah, we won't
Not
close
goodbye.
that door. We won't close doors.
Exactly. We'll leave it open. But this is the final episode for this rendition of 303. And we have a good, let me say, schedule, I guess, ahead of you.
Save the best for last.
We have a mock draft today that we'll like to go over. But we also know that the NBA Finals have commenced, and so obviously we're going to talk about Game 1, how the Spurs looked, Wemby looked uncomfortable, Jalen Brunson played some hero ball yesterday and was ultimately successful, and the Knicks got the W. But before we dive into both of those segments, we do something every time to start the show off, and that is Song of the Day. And this will be our last Song of the Day, and like we said last week, we made a playlist, or Ryan made a playlist, I should say, for all the songs of the day that we have done. And we will release that at the end of this episode. But Ryan.
It's out now if you're watching it.
Yeah. Oh, it's out now.
Yeah,
guys.
and it
It's
will
out
be
now.
linked in the description. So please do check it out.
Check it out.
Add it to your rotation. We'll put you on to all the stuff that you need to be put onto because music is life.
Music is life. You can see music in everything.
Absolutely.
But Ryan, what was
time.
your song today?
One last time, my song, I talked about not getting enough soul in there.
Yeah.
So I went with The Dramatics and sort of maybe a one-hit wonder, kind of, you know, one of those soul bands back in the 70s. What You See Is What You Get. Love this song. It's beautiful. It has like several different movements to it. It just sounds really nice. It's just a great soul song. Like it just tickles the chords in the right way. You know, when you're just sitting back in the summer, the heat of the summer, and enjoying your favorite drink on the beach. It's just a great. It's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you see is what you get.
Yeah. You see, there's an Earth, Wind, and Fire documentary coming out on HBO Max.
Really?
Yes. They got everybody in.
They got all the music documentaries
I know.
on HBO.
It's it's starting to roll. They're getting it going. I saw Obama was in it, and then obviously, he made a comment.
Wow.
So it'll be interesting to see. But you said The Dramatics, so I thought about Earth, Wind, and Fire. Obviously,
HBO Max is probably the only streaming service that, if I had to choose one, like if I was really just out of money.
Yeah. Then you just had to pick one streamer.
Which
I probably would go
close
HBO
to
Max.
that point already. But like, if I was truly like, one stream, it would be HBO.
HBO Max is great. I love HBO Max. It's probably my favorite. But that's awesome. Dramatics, yes. I went with someone that was also, making music during that same time period. I went Rick James. So, Rick James, guys, if you haven't listened, he is pretty, I don't want to say out there music, but he is someone that is making more soulful records. Guys, if you didn't know, Kevin Durant has a tattoo of Rick James on him.
I didn't know that.
On his calf, yes.
Love Rick James.
Yes. But my song is Hollywood. This is a 7.5-minute song, so it's a little longer, but like you also mentioned, Ryan, a whole lot of movements, a whole lot of chords being played in this song, and kind of takes you all through this journey that Rick James is trying to portray and his journey to Hollywood. So I love this record. Guys, check out Rick James. Makes incredible music, but that's our song.
Very versatile artist as well.
Yes.
He just understood music
very well.
Very well.
Very well.
And it's like all of his, like, if you even go to his top 5 songs on Spotify, I was just looking, and it's like Super Freak, which is the song that everyone knows. But then you have Fire and Desire, which is like this 7-minute, like, it's the 7-minute, like, dramatic, like, almost soap opera, like, him and Tina Marie just, like, doing this crazy, like, tragic love song.
Yeah.
It's really, he's done a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So
but guys,
I recommend him.
Like you said, Super Freak's his most popular song. Everybody knows that one. Yeah. Well, hopefully.
Hopefully you know
Super Freak.
Yeah.
But yes, that's our song of the day. Game 1 last night. The Spurs.
Less than 100.
What did you see? What did you see from them that you liked, that you didn't like, all of the above? And what did you see from the Knicks that worked?
I like that you said liked and didn't like, because this is game one, right? We're not writing anybody off. We're not saying that, it's the Knicks got the best of the Spurs and they're going to win the series. Because it's a better series than probably most people thought already. I certainly thought the Spurs would get away in 6. Now I think there probably will be a Game 7 because the Knicks, I do think the Knicks did have to rely on some heroism there from Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
My goodness, Cat had a game.
Cat had an amazing game. Played great defense on Wemby.
2 straight and ones, I think, or like 2 and 3 possessions or whatever it was, which I think was early in the second half when they went on that run in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And it was tied at the end of the third quarter. So that was their best quarter. And if you can come out, we talked about this as a society when the Warriors were great. It's like third quarter, if you are the team that makes the better adjustments, then you can get the best of the other team. And Mitch Johnson has made great adjustments in that series with the Thunder, and Mike Brown struck first. Great job with Cat on the offense, starting in the short roll. Wemby's trying to help everywhere. Maybe Cat gets the switch he wants, takes it to the rim, and his finishing, his touch around the basket was
amazing.
Was really incredible last night.
It is.
And for the Spurs, Dylan Harper.
Oh my.
Watch out.
He's amazing.
This kid,
go ahead.
This kid is built for it.
Yeah.
He was there in all the moments where they needed something for the Spurs. And he's one of the best rookies I've seen in the playoffs ever. It's hard for me to recall a playoff run where a rookie was this good.
Yeah.
It's
been a while.
I can't name off the top of my head who that would have been.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But I think, especially taking this early, right? Because that means usually
number 2.
the teams are horrible and won't make the playoffs.
Right.
So, but I think Dylan Harper is incredible. Mitch Johnson, I want to speak to that a little bit. I was a little puzzled why Dylan Harper wasn't playing at the end of the game, and De'Aaron Fox was. And I know we've talked about De'Aaron and the clutch gene that he has.
He was hooping
last night.
I mean, he had stretches. He had good stretches.
Did we watch the same game? De'Aaron Fox was horrible last night.
I thought that when it mattered most, he didn't show up again.
De'Aaron Fox was horrible last night.
First ever clutch player of the year is not clutch in any of the playoff games that he's played in so far.
Yeah, he had 7 points, Ryan.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Death lineup, end of the game, should not have put De'Aaron Fox in. I don't think he had a terrible game last night.
I thought he played horrible.
He didn't stick out to me.
He played horrible.
It stuck out to me that Harper wasn't in there. Okay.
He stuck out to me because Harper wasn't in there.
Okay, yeah.
And
I agree with you there.
I was like, Stephon Castle.
He should have been in there.
Stephon Castle is providing more value than De'Aaron Fox, that's for sure. De'Aaron Fox last night, guys, was terrible. And I don't say this disparagingly. Well, I do. But I mean it in the sense that I want more out of him because I expect more out of him. And so I think that considering the minutes that Dylan Harper was giving you, De'Aaron Fox was invisible. He might as well have been. Considering him being the clutch player of the year.
Not good.
He has been bad this playoffs. And I know he had an ankle injury, but he was terrible against the Thunder. He's looked bad against the Spurs. I mean, bad against the Spurs. He looked bad against the Knicks. So the last 2 series that we've seen, only 8 games total, have not been great out of him.
The burst just isn't there.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not. And I don't know. I think that if you're the Spurs, you need not Dylan. You need De'Aaron Fox to be contributing more than he did yesterday. That's for sure.
It's clear that the ankle is bothering him and that he can't rely on that same fadeaway mid-ranger that he loves and works so well for him for the Kings. But I think it was never I don't think that any of his shot attempts were a mistake.
Oh no, it wasn't agreed. They just weren't falling.
Yeah.
But he missed ones that he usually makes.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, he played horrible.
I had a thought last night when I was watching the game that De'Aaron Fox is playing his role the right way. Compared to last time he was in the playoffs with the Kings, where he was the guy.
The guy.
And I think now, like when I was watching him off ball or even starting a play, commencing a play on offense, that he's got his role right. But I think he's having problems with the ankle and the shot making. It's clear that he's bothered when it comes to actual execution. But I think he's doing all the right things, which is maybe why Johnson kept him in.
Yeah. He's making good decisions.
For me, that was what it was. But yeah, 3 of 13 from the field, you have to do better.
Yeah.
And that's another time that in clutch moments he didn't show up.
Right. Yeah. And that's not what we're known for. But I do think if you're looking at the box score, right, you obviously see De'Aaron Fox not making a lot of shots, but primarily Wemby, I think, was the story of this game. He seemed tired to me. He seemed like he didn't have the same energy, obviously coming off a 7-game series against OKC. And I'm not going to say that was their championship, but I do think, considering the emotion that you saw out of Wemby after the game, it meant a lot more to him to win that series than it would have any other series. Whether that's his hate for Chet or not, I don't know. But I do think he looked a little exhausted. And a lot of mid-ranges, a lot of fadeaways, a lot of pull-up jumpers. That's a little uncanny for him based off what we saw last series.
Yeah.
Credit that to Cat, maybe. I didn't see anything specifically out of Cat that made me think.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, exactly. Mitch, too, who off a broken pinky.
Yeah.
Good for him. But I do think Wemby was more the story of the game and how he was not getting to the spots he wanted. And as a result, that showed up on the box score.
I thought watching that game that everyone really wants this.
Yeah.
Like everyone on the floor. It felt like great playoff basketball, and I think that it was a great game overall. Like I think people I don't really know, like I haven't really checked Twitter or watched ESPN this morning, but I have a feeling that things are going to be a little more critical than they should be for the Spurs. Like people are going to be a little critical on the Spurs. But I think a lot of that was just heroism from Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter and Cat the other 3.
Yeah.
And that this is just what happens when 2 great teams meet.
Yeah.
And it's a 10-point game, but it wasn't. It was a close game.
Yeah, it was close. It was really fourth quarter.
And the Spurs had a 13-point lead at
exactly.
one point.
Yeah. So. And it was tied at 86, I think, at one point in the fourth. So it was close throughout. But yeah, I do think that it's difficult to evaluate the series based off one game, obviously, especially that game, because besides Cat, Josh Hart, I'm going to give props to Josh Hart.
So good.
He played the game of his life yesterday.
You don't think the game against the Cavs was when he dropped 30? That was the
dog. He led the team in assists yesterday. I think he had a game high in assists, actually. Game high in assists, game high in rebounds, game high in steals.
Yeah, he's so good.
I was like, Josh Hart, man. 16 rebounds, I think.
He takes a couple possessions to feel things out. And
he does.
He's like, this is my role for the rest of the game.
15 rebounds. But he was hooping.
He's yesterday. Like, what do I need to do today? Oh, I need to rebound. I need to get steals. I need to speed this team up. I don't necessarily need to be a shot maker today. Whereas he did in that Cavs game when they were leaving him open.
And
he's so good at understanding his role for that game.
He is.
Such a dynamic player.
He is a dynamic player. And he played incredible. But Brunson did not shoot the ball well, considering averages, right? He took 30 shots. I was like, whoa. I was like, Brunson shooting 30. That's not necessarily a formula to winning if you're the Knicks, but it worked out.
But you need a closer.
You do need a closer, but 30 shots out of Brunson is a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot of shots that you need. You expect your role players kind of to step up in that capacity. But things are still being felt, in terms of how each team is playing. So I do think that this is going to be a competitive series. I think it'll go 6 or 7.
And it's not
no joke, but I do think it'll go 6 or 7 games. I do think the Spurs still end up winning.
Okay. Yeah. Me too.
But I wouldn't be surprised based off what I saw of the Knicks yesterday. If they win, good for them.
And they've been through these streaky times together as a team, and they've figured it out. And it's been like that for years.
Right.
And like Mike Brown, that's been the biggest criticism is like, why are we on a 5-game losing streak when everyone's healthy? They've had those moments.
Yeah.
That was the 2017 Cavs. You know, it was like, how are we dropping random games like or random stretches like this, and then ending up at the 4 seed and having to play a tough first round.
Yeah.
Then you have to play the 1 seed. No one wants that, but it's like, they have been through that, and they have gone through some really good teams, and now they're here, and they come in rested. What did they say? 4 games in 26 days?
Yeah. It's crazy. They're on a 12-game win streak.
And they show up like that?
Yeah.
It was a great game to watch.
It was a great game, but
keep watching.
We'll see.
Keep watching.
We'll see.
And watch from game 1. Don't just watch elimination games.
Right. Yeah. No. Because you need the context. You need to understand how the series has been going, the back and forth. But it's been incredible watching both teams playoffs. So.
And because this is our last episode, and we can't really make a true prediction, and we can't really congratulate the winner, then I don't know how to cap it off. Like to say, good job, winner.
Good job, winner.
These are 2 great teams, and you both deserve it, and we hope you both win.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, New York will burn to the ground if the Knicks win. So,
but we have to call back to what 303 Hoops has been this entire year.
Yes.
And it's so funny. Our first episode, I'll throw this in there. It's titled, "How Good Can the Spurs Be?"
Are you serious?
Yeah.
When they're here.
And then parentheses NBA opening week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When they won like the first 4.
And second episode was Gator Gripes then?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And
but we are college basketball guys too, and we are especially draft guys. We love the draft.
Yeah.
So we have to do a final mock draft, even though it's the middle of the NBA Finals, because we got to get another one in.
Yeah.
We have to. These are our final mock drafts.
I agree.
This is it.
I agree. So I think a good way to go about this then is I think we should go 3 picks at a time because we can talk about each one of these players for an episode.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But
I like that.
Let's go 3 picks at a time just so, we're aware of our audience's time as well. And so the first 3 picks, guys, number 1 is the Wizards, number 2 is the Jazz, and number 3 are the Grizzlies, which I think all of these teams have interesting futures, especially the Wizards, considering they have AD, Trae Young, and then also young players like in Trae Johnson as well. So let's go through that. Ryan, who are your first 3 off the board and what particular order?
I've got, for all 3, I've got best available. I think there's not really much of an argument anymore that we have the top 2 players.
Yeah.
Debanza and Peterson.
Right.
If they're not the 2 top picks, I don't know who is.
Yeah.
These are the guys. Insane upside, physical tools, and just the size that you want from that position. So Debanza 6'9", 240, whatever his weight is, just such a. He took over so many games for BYU in the Big 12, which, as we know, is a great conference last season.
Right.
Showed up in all the big games. Was the name on the ticket when you bought the ticket, and that's who you were watching.
Yeah, you're there for him. And
not only was he great this season in college, but he also is just the prospect that everyone wants. He's got the frame, he's got the upside. He could be someone who does a little bit of everything, like LeBron. There's some comparisons to LeBron. I don't think he's that generational of a pick here.
Right.
In an otherwise generational draft.
It is.
But, I have him there. Darren Peterson, number 2, 6'6" guard.
Yeah.
Who can pass. Dribbling skills, incredible for that size. Get to the rim.
He's fluid, too. Yeah.
So fluid. And just understands the game and really wants to be an NBA star. So I have him going second to the Jazz, even though they have a lot of guards. Doesn't matter. Best available for a team like the Jazz.
Yeah, no.
And then I have Boozer going number 3. Your guy, Cam Boozer, out of Duke, the great Duke. Best available, but also best fit. I like his short roll, big-to-big passing with Edey. If Edey's the other piece that they're building around.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of a short roll with Cam Boozer and whoever the guard is and having that big-to-big option.
Yeah.
He could do anything from that position. He can hit the 45 cuts. If you have cutters, shooters, he knows off-ball movement. He can feed the guy for a big. He is a great passer. And I like the idea of surrounding him with young athletic guys that are Grizzlies players, like when they had that
grit
era
and grind,
of grit and grind. I think he can be the leader of that team as the guy who initiates the offense.
Yeah, and
that's a big.
I assume Jaw's gone in this.
We're assuming Jaw's
Yeah.
gone. Yes.
I agree. I mean, you hit it on the head. Top 2, AJ, DP. I have them flipped. I have DP going first, and that's not necessarily an indictment on AJ. I just think that Utah has invested everything into the bandstand, and so
somehow they'll pull it off.
They'll figure out a way to have him there. Whether or not they trade for the first pick and then AJ ends up going first overall, or they just commit future picks to to the Wizards in the fact that they're committing to Darren Peterson.
It's like if the Cavs had the second pick in 2003. It's like we have a guy born and raised here.
Like you have invested so much into him.
I mean, he's high school, college. He's got to play at Utah.
Yeah, he has to be at the Jazz. He went to Utah Prep. He went to BYU because of the owner of the Jazz. So it goes without saying. And my third pick, I have Caleb Wilson, actually.
Okay.
I don't think he's a better prospect than Cam, obviously. I think Boozer, honestly, might be the best player right now in this draft. But I do think Caleb has something that Boozer doesn't necessarily offer. I think he has a high motor and huge defensive upside. He's super athletic, and I think that's a front court, especially considering getting rid of Jaren Jackson, that they're kind of looking for now. Looking for kind of someone that can fill up the stat sheet and just being a defensive presence. Obviously, you have Edey, but also getting someone who's a little more mobile, athletic, and can defend really 1 through 4. So I think that's why they take Caleb, and that's who I have for my top 3. So we got 4, 5, 6 after that, which is Bulls, Clips, Nets. And I think this is where the draft really begins. Yeah. Starting at 4.
And let's be clear. The Clippers getting this pick and Ben Mathurin for Ivica Zubac. And it was really like whoever won that trade is the team that got this pick.
Because the Pacers, they're top 4 protected, right?
So they would have gotten Caleb Wilson, if they
top
landed
4.
4, and Zubac for just Mathurin, who they didn't want to extend and pay a max contract. Now the Clippers can extend, pay a max contract, and build their team around these 2 guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really exciting. And I think, for me, the Bulls take Darius Acuff. I think Wilson slides to 5. The reason why I take Acuff is because I think that he has the highest ceiling of anyone in this draft.
I'm not mad at that.
He can shoot from anywhere on the court. There is nowhere on the court he can't shoot from. On ball, off ball, speed, endurance, passing, defensive upside.
And his size was a concern. And he's a true 6'2". At the combine, he measured 6'2" without shoes. So,
but I don't
no concerns
care.
there.
I don't care about his 6'2" size.
No, but people were concerned about that. Like other people, in terms of people were like, "Oh, is he 6'2"? Like, But
have you seen him jump?
Have you seen him play?
Have you seen him take 2 hits and finish the layup?
Right.
And he can do that against NBA players.
For sure.
I know that it's a step up, and they're a step up size-wise too. But Darius Acuff creating space
he was incredible.
in the open floor, the close floor, wherever it is, I think he has potential to be truly like the next Tracy McGrady. Really.
In terms of just offensive
In terms of just, on ball, one-on-one, whatever it is, this guy cannot be stopped in terms of scoring. And I think the Bulls have to take that upside.
Yeah.
I really think they do. And I don't think the Bulls should draft for pick. Everyone loves Caleb Wilson and Modest Buzelis as a forward duo. Love it. They're both 6'9", long wingspan, like 7-foot wingspans, scoring, 2-way guys.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's fine. I get that people are obsessed with that in Chicago, but Darius Acuff can be Derrick Rose. That doesn't have the injury. Sorry. That's what I think.
There you go.
I could be so wrong.
Yeah.
Could be so wrong.
We'll record this in 15 years again.
Yeah, we'll see.
To see what Darius Acuff has done. But
I have him there. Caleb Wilson goes 5 to the Clippers. Of course, you've talked about him. I'm not going to continue. I see here that Kingston Flemings I have going 6. And we'll talk about who you have there too.
Yeah.
I think that maybe Keaton Vogler is like the right pick there. Potentially, but I think Kingston Flemings with the, I think there are less question marks.
Yeah,
he played for a great team. He is a classy player.
Yeah,
he, the relocation shooting, the off-ball stuff, the ability to lead a team for Kelvin Sampson. Love players that come out of Houston. They're pro ready, and I think the Nets kind of need that. I think the Nets had a PR disaster with none of their 5 first-round picks making All-NBA second team even.
Yeah.
They're just not on the All-NBA, period. 5 of them.
For the rookies you're talking about.
10 rookies get on the All-Rookie list, and they had 5 in the first round. None of them made it. So I think you're going to get a surefire. Like, this is a really good player.
They need a fit like that is just like, okay. Like,
which could be Keaton Vogler. We both love Keaton Vogler, but I think there are less question marks with Flemings. Like you're getting more of what you see there.
Right. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
The eye test does not deceive with him.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I have Boozer going 4. Obviously, we talked about him earlier. Don't need to drone on about that, but Boozer, I think, fits kind of the Bulls and what they're trying to do. They need size, and so in earlier mock drafts, we had them taking a big, but I have them taking a big here, but a versatile one that pairs well with Modest and what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they need size, but they need everything.
They need everything. And Boozer does that for them, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If he falls that far, that's a steal.
Exactly. So give me that. 5, I have Mikal Brown. I think this is high, but I do think after the trade, it's clear that the Clippers, I don't know what direction they want to go in, for me personally. Like, they need a big after trading Zubac, obviously, and getting Mathurin. They have a lot of solid guard play. But I do think Mikal Brown offers a unique perspective in terms of a guy who has defensive upside because he's a true 6'5", can shoot the lights out, and can run an offense alongside DG. Obviously, we saw how that worked out in Cleveland, right? But I do think the difference with DG and Spida versus DG and Mikal Brown potentially is that Mikal is 6'5" versus Spida being 6'3" at best, right? So you'll have a bigger guard and be able to facilitate through that with Bennett Mathurin as well. So I think they'll have their guard lineup set and have someone, if Kawhi decides to stay. I know he's been in a lot of trade talks, but if he's still there next year, I think that pairs well with what the Clippers are trying to do.
And the defensive upside of Mikal is also a really good thing.
For sure. Athletic, like I said, 6'5".
Insane vertical.
Yeah, and just super bouncy.
Yeah.
So be able to keep up with NBA athletes for sure. And at 6, I have Keaton Vogler. We saw what he did in the NCAA tournament and throughout the regular season. He is offensively extremely gifted, and the Nets need everything as well. They have a gift in Michael Porter Jr., but I do think they will try to go alongside that to pair him with someone who also can get their own bucket in Keaton Vogler. Obviously, you don't want MPJ necessarily being your first option. We have seen on the Nuggets why that's the case, and we saw on the Nets why that was the case, because when he's your first option, that probably means your team's not doing so good. But
yeah.
Keaton Vogler, I think he's offensively gifted, can provide a spark for them at that 2-guard position that they necessarily haven't had, especially considering the fact that none of their first-round picks really panned out. So give them another guy alongside MPJ that's able to do well in that offensive role. So.
Well, forget MPJ. This is your franchise player if you pick him.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
And it's insane
think,
that the 6th pick has a franchise player.
Yeah,
that we're pretty confident.
I think 1 through 10.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, 1 through 10 here. It could be your franchise player going forward.
1 through 10. That's
10,
what I have too.
10 years, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think Keaton does that extremely well. And I know Igor didn't have the best year, but if you want to believe in him still, pair him up with another guy who can create their own basket.
Yeah, they got time.
You got time.
They got time to believe in Igor later.
Yeah, they do.
There's not a lot of pressure to win now.
No, there's not. They'll be in this position next year. So
7, 8, 9, Kings, Hawks, Mavs. Keaton Vogler goes 7, so we have him flipped, I think. Same thing, franchise player for the Kings. There you go. Moving on to their next era.
Yeah.
Which they need to get to quick.
Very quickly.
Yeah, because it's a lot of pain over there. The Hawks, I have Braden Burries. I know they need a big.
Yeah.
They have another pick in the first round.
They do.
Where I think like Jaden Quaintance could fall to that pick.
That's fair.
Which I did keep in mind. I do think that, I don't think there's a big here that I think is worthy of the 8th pick, unless you consider Ament a big, but I don't in terms of what they need in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Sure, he could play the 4, but like they need a
true big.
Yes, because Onyeka Okongwu's 6'10".
Yeah.
As a center, they need some help there. But Braden Burries as a relocation shooter, as an off-ball guy.
Yeah.
The Hawks needed that off ball.
Yeah, when we saw what happened with the Knicks, that
it's
next
like,
game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, if it's Dyson Daniels, you might leave him. You might leave him in the corner to take a wide open 3.
They did. Yeah.
And you don't want that to be like you have to go to Dyson Daniels because he's a really good player.
Right.
But what if that's their game plan? You got to put in someone that brings that shooting boost. And Braden Burries might be the best 3-point shooter in this draft.
Yeah,
arguably. So I think you get that sort of. That's the fit that you get there, and I think the Hawks draft for fit. And I think he's the guy for the 8th pick. 9, I have Mikael Brown. I know it's a bit of a slide, but wow, that's a steal for the Mavs.
That is a steal for the Mavs. Yeah,
that's
pair him with Kyrie.
Incredible pick.
Yeah.
Size, him and Cooper Flagg. You think about the size there and the athleticism.
Incredible.
I think the only reason he slides to 9 is because the Hawks are drafting for fit at 8, and the injury concerns.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's it.
That's fair.
Because in our first mock draft, I think I had him 6. So he falls a few slots based on who these teams are that are here. And I think the Nets don't take him at 6 because they want a surefire rookie.
Yeah.
That's not going to get injured.
No, I like that.
I don't think Mikael will have injury problems over his career, but that is the one concern we have.
Of course. Yeah. No, for sure. And I don't mind any of those picks right there. 7, 8, 9, I think that was good. It makes sense for all those teams. 7, I had Kingston Flemings going to the...
So we had him flop.
Yeah. So I had Kingston going to the Kings. Yeah.
Look at that.
I know. I didn't even think about that. But they need a lot over there. So starting off with a player that's going to provide you quality minutes. He's coming from a system that we talked about is clear what his role was. So you'll slot him in to do X, Y, and Z. You're not figuring out. He's not necessarily a project, right? Like you know exactly what you're trying to get out of Kingston Flemings, especially coming from Houston. So I like him with the Kings and the guard play over there, especially considering the fact that Russell Westbrook is not going to be getting... He can't give you quality minutes anymore. Zach LaVine, question mark, Sabonis. It's like you need to go in a new direction for the Kings, and I think Kingston Flemings is a good place to start.
He looked like a senior at 19 years old.
He looked, he looked like a veteran. Like he was clear. I know there's some concerns in terms of his like offensive shooting and capabilities there, but I think the Kings are less concerned about that and just want players that they can get quality minutes and slot in at a guard. Yeah, exactly. It's right there. And number 8, I had Mara. We talked about the Hawks need a big. Yeah. I think he played incredibly well in the NCAA tournament, and his stock went up significantly.
Huge.
Significantly.
I don't even know if he was a first-round pick before the tournament.
Yeah, like if he was, it was like 20s, right? But his stock went up so much after that game. And I think he fixed the Hawks extremely well. I think if you're the Hawks, then you kind of slide everybody down, right? I think you keep Jalen Johnson as your 3 there, and then have Onyeka as your true 4, and then Adai as your 5. That provides you a lot of size for a team that is defensively sound. You have CJ at your 1, keep him there, and then Nickeil Alexander at your 2, and bring Dyson off the bench, who's a great 6'1.5". And I think that kind of fits Dyson's role a little better.
Yeah.
He kind of like how Cason Wallace came off the bench for OKC.
Yeah.
Defensive presence can provide you quality minutes.
Or peak Jose Alvarado.
Bingo.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Boom. Get in there and work.
Yeah. So I think that makes well for the Hawks. And then number 9, I had Darius Acuff. We talked about him all year, guys. Offensive engine. Offensively can run a team. So pairing him with Kyrie, I think would be incredible. And then when Kyrie departs, ultimately, him and Cooper Flagg would be a dynamic duo.
That's
Scared.
If that happens, Dallas fans need to start coming back.
Yeah, they do, man.
Because if they get Acuff at 9,
I think they will. I think
really?
I don't know. Some teams might bet on him earlier, and there's potential that he'll be 4 through 6. Maybe he slides to 9. I don't know. But him paired with Flag. They still have the bigs and Lively and Gafford as well. They still have P.J. Washington. So they still have that core that went to the chip not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Luka's not there for obvious reasons. But if you're able to see Flag mature and grow into the role that people think he will have, and then bringing another guy offensively along with Kyrie to do that, I think suits the Dallas Mavericks very well. So
nice. Yeah. I like it. Cool. Bucks at 10. This, I believe, is the last true for me, like Hall of Fame potential player. Mm-hmm. Nate Ament, I think, is a great pick for the Bucks here at 10. I think he has the potential to be like Jalen Johnson. I mean, I think we saw flashes at Tennessee where he could be like this do-it-all, lengthy forward that plays like a guard. And that's what teams love right now. So, I mean, it's just a great prospect to have. He had a great year at Tennessee, really raised a lot of eyebrows. Yeah. And I think he does have all the stuff that you need from a prospect to say this guy has the potential to be the franchise player, and that's what the Bucks need.
They do.
I mean, they're entering a new era.
Yeah, Giannis is gone.
They're going to have a lot of young players and a lot of picks, and you get some stability from him. Yeah. And I think Taylor Jenkins loves that kind of player too. That lengthy guy lengthy two-way guy. Yeah. I mean, he worked well with them in Memphis with a lot of those guys. So, you get that kind of thing there. Right. LeBaron Philon goes 11 to the Warriors. This was probably one of the easiest picks I had. Yeah. Their guard play last season,
besides Steph, was
holy cow, it was bad.
It was bad.
Podziemski, and it was like Pat Spencer trying. And they've got like, what was his name? Gui Santos.
Yes.
Like what? We're just getting guys from wherever.
It was bad. It was bad.
It's really just like best available guard, LeBaron Philon.
Yeah.
Who also has a strong upside as well. Okay, this might be my hottest take at 12. The Thunder, if they keep their pick, we're assuming they keep their pick. Yeah. They might not. They probably have like one roster spot. With the money, we'll see. Yeah. If they can make this pick, I think the first Michigan guy to go off the board is actually Merez Johnson.
That's crazy.
He had the best combine performance of anybody.
He did.
The athleticism for a center in college, I don't even think he should have been listed as a center.
Right. He's like a 4. Yeah. He's a true 4.
Yeah. Incredible athleticism. Yeah. Great like agility for his size. Yeah. He's 19, barely. I think he was like 18 at Illinois, like barely 18. Yeah. So he's
20 now.
He's 20 now. Okay,
yeah, he's 20.
So he's played for 2 of the best coaches in the Big Ten. 1 year at Illinois and then 1 year at Michigan. Yep. He's a champion, and though he wasn't featured quite as much as Yaxel Lindeborg, who is 23 or 24 even at this point, and also a Daimara. I do think that as an NBA prospect with upside, that is the kind of guy that I think is like, if I am the Thunder front office who have been so genius, sometimes they take a little pick at somebody who's maybe not projected there.
They do.
And I think he would be the guy for me to be like, let's take a chance on his athleticism. And he's very young, so we give him a few years to figure it out. Maybe not slot in there immediately, but their depth is so incredible that it's like, okay, this might be, the long-term guy in terms of a backup center or even the starting 4.
Yeah, that he all the Michigan guys played well in the tournament. Yeah. He also played well. It was clear that he was playing a versatile role, right? He can defend extremely well, honestly 1 through 5 with how athletic he is and mobile. So I don't hate that take that he's the first Michigan guy off the board. I mean, I don't have him on my top 15, but he definitely goes, I think, in that top 20 range. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But my 10 I had was Braden Burries. I think you mentioned Taylor Jenkins, and I think that plays a role here. He's similar to Desmond Bane in obviously his spot-up shooting, and he's kind of an off-ball guard that's navigable. And I think he honestly brings a lot more to the table than Bane in terms of athletic capabilities and that upside. And obviously his wingspan is a lot larger than Desmond Bane, so the defending aspect of it, I think if he falls to 10, I think Taylor Jenkins sees an opportunity there to kind of reinvent the wheel with what he had in Memphis, and bring Burries over into Milwaukee. So I like that pick for the Milwaukee Bucks. At 11, the Warriors, I had LeBaron, electric guard. If you watch Alabama at all this year, you know what he's able to do on offensive side of the ball, creating his own shot, and the Warriors need that when Steph is out. And that's sooner rather than later. So
it's the first pick, we agree.
Yeah. So LeBaron makes a lot of sense for the Warriors.
Yeah.
12, I had Nate Ament. We talked about the Thunder. They love projects. They love people that they're able to kind of cultivate in their own system. And I think Nate Ament fits that really well. I don't even know if he'll be on the roster, which is the funniest part about this.
He has to be, though. He's too good.
He might not even be on the roster next year.
He's so good.
Because, the Thunder have a lot to figure out this offseason. Yeah. A lot to figure out. Whether they trade these picks or not, they have money situations that is not looking great for them because of how well their team has played.
Yeah,
because of how well
it eventually kicks you in the foot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get the second apron tax and all of that.
Yeah.
But, so I have the Thunder taking Nate Ament, which, helpful for money situations, a rookie contract. So that's who I have for 10 through 12. And our final segment in terms of this mock draft, we have 13 through 15, and we want to do half of the first round, get the Bulls in there twice, because, of course, Chicago.
We're in Chicago. We have to.
So we have the Heat 13, 14 Hornets, 15 Bulls. Ryan, who are your last three picks?
So the Heat, for me, take Bennett Sturts. I think they need what the Knicks got with Tyler Kolek, especially if they trade Hero.
Yeah.
He's an elite shooter with an unreal motor who can truly run around for 40 minutes if he has to. Surprisingly tall, 6'4", for his play style. Had a great combine, made 22 of 25 threes. Really good. Maybe 21, but still, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
I feel like he's an upgrade from Davion Mitchell.
He is.
I feel like you get those backup PG minutes that you want from him.
Offensively.
Two-way as well. I think 6'4", I mean, he can be the kind of guy, like I said, Tyler Kolek, like on ball, like a ball hawk who doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
He doesn't get tired.
Davion Mitchell's an elite defender, though.
He is.
He's an elite
I don't
defender.
think he's a replacement for Mitchell, but I think that's kind of the Spoelstra-like player.
Yes.
That will help with like the connective tissue, and if you need a shooter, he's the guy.
Yeah.
You hit him in the wing, you hit him in the corner, he can bring the ball up the court. I think that's the kind of versatility the Heat don't have. They're a little stagnant and slow.
Yeah.
And I think Spoelstra would like that boost from a guy like
I like that.
Just the energy right when he gets onto the field.
I like that.
Court.
But same thing.
And then I have Mara going 14 to the Hornets, last pick of the lottery.
They need a big.
They need healthy size because they got Kalkbrenner, but we don't know if he's like truly a playoff defender.
Right.
Or, like we don't know. He can't really get up the court as well as you'd hope.
Yeah.
Mara looked pro ready in the tournament. They need a pro ready player because they're pushing playoffs.
They are pushing playoffs.
So
they are.
They're on the up and up, and he's the best player available, so go for it.
Yeah.
Then at 15, I love Dalen Swain.
Texas.
6'8" guard, who's kind of a guard forward, but guard is what he's listed as. He can give Bulls fans what they want from Caleb Wilson and have a cuff. But Swain has even more college experience. Definitely has a lower ceiling, most certainly. But who do they have at small forward right now? Isaac Okoro.
Oh, yeah, Okoro.
I'm sorry. I love Isaac Okoro. Great guy, funny guy. Loved him in Cleveland. But we need to put those.
They're 3 and 4 as Okoro and Pat Williams.
Can we relocate those minutes? Can we redistribute those minutes, please?
I think they can.
I think Swain might be the best true slashing small forward in this draft. He is. I mean, he is. And the Bulls need efficient offense from just about everywhere. And I think it would be exciting to have Dalen Swain on that team.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got experience at Xavier and, following Coach
We're blinking. Sean.
Sean.
Why are we blinking? Sean Miller.
Miller.
There we go.
I was thinking Sean Marks. No, Sean Miller.
Yeah.
Following Sean Miller to Texas and having a great run themselves. He was the leader of that team. He was really good at Xavier, slasher, get to the rim, and play defense. He's 6'8". So I think that's a great fit for the Bulls if you want that kind of wing that they don't have.
Yeah.
Because they don't have wings. They don't have really anything. But yeah, I think that's a great pick there.
Yeah. No.
And that's my top half.
I like that.
The first round.
I like that. So my 13, Heat, Yaxel. I think he fits Heat culture. They like NBA-ready players. He kind of reminds me of, not in terms of play style, but just in what they want. Jaime Jaquez coming on UCLA. Like, you knew that coming off the bench, he'll be a solid pick for you, give you quality minutes, defensive upside, be able to grit and grind. He's been through pro-ready minutes in terms of, like, high caliber situations besides Michigan, but he's played a lot in college. He's older, right? So be able to provide you that veteran experience in terms of like ready for the NBA. So I like that pick for the Heat. 14, I had Morez Johnson going to the Hornets. I think they need a big to pair with Moussa Diabate as well. I think he also provides that versatility a little bit. And similar, he's a little bigger than Diabate, so I think he gives you quality minutes from there if you're a front court that's looking to push along with your guards into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then 15, the Bulls, I think they need a guard as well, but you had them taking guard at 4, but I think this draft class is so deep that they don't necessarily need to do that. I think they take Abuka Okori out of Stanford. He was leading the country in points through the first half of the season. Offensive engine, creating his own shot on all levels. I know they have Giddey and Trey Jones, but I don't think that's their backcourt for the foreseeable future. So I think they bring in Abuka, bring you some versatility offensively, whether that's Trey Jones getting shipped out or coming off the bench as a six-man for you. Or Giddey, either way. I know that's kind of the reason you brought Giddey in, though, to be your starting point guard, but I think he and Abuka will fit better than they would list as, considering that Giddey is 6'8" and still can slot down to the 2. Abuka could be your 1. So that's my first half of the draft as well.
Yeah, incoming head coach for the Bulls does get 2 exciting players there.
Yeah.
Right out of the draft.
Right.
So.
And for me, that's Abuka and Boozer. So there you go.
And for me, it's Acuff and Swain.
Yeah.
And either way, I feel good about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're lucky with that. The lottery.
That is, especially as a new coach.
4th pick this year is maybe the best time to have a 4th pick ever.
Yeah.
Question
it's
mark?
Up there. It's up there with 03. Yeah. I think is honestly it's up there.
7th pick this year.
I know.
Probably the most valuable it's ever been.
Yeah. It's incredible the depth of
you can have
draft.
the 7th pick and get Keaton Vogler, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But if not, you maybe get Kingston Flemings or Mikael Brown.
Yeah. I think
wow.
It's
good for you.
The top of this draft isn't necessarily as generational as the prospects we've seen in the past. Like, you're not getting Wemby. I don't think you're necessarily getting Cooper Flagg. I think Flagg is incredible, and he showed that this past year. But I think it's the depth. We've talked about this a lot.
The top 10.
Right. Like, you are seeing players at 10 that will probably go top 6 in a lot of years' drafts. And honestly, the 6th pick this year could be top 3 in a lot of drafts. So.
Your 9th pick, Darius Acuff, could have been a first overall pick a few years ago.
Yeah.
In that draft with
Ricoche.
With Ricoche.
Yeah, he would have been.
Acuff would have been the first pick in that draft.
He would have been.
Unironically, he would have been the first pick.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great time to be an NBA fan.
It is. And we just see that talent.
Fan.
Yeah, just growing and growing and growing. Because even the rookies this year, we had Edgecombe, Harper, Kahn, Flagg. Like, that's 4 people off the top of the list, right?
And they're all so good.
And they're amazing. That was just your top 4.
Dylan Harper, dude.
Yeah. So
he might be the best out of the 4 of them.
It's incredible. Like, it is incredible to watch. But, guys.
It's been real.
It's been real. That was our last episode. We really wanted to start this podcast as a means to just talk basketball weekly. I don't think Ryan and I anticipated doing podcasts, broadcast shows every week, but it's made it all the worth it being at Medill. We have the tools at our disposal. Yeah. Why not use them? But we genuinely thank you guys for tuning in every week. Those of you who are just now tuning in, please watch our past episodes. Support not only us, but there's other podcasts on this channel as well. We have women's basketball that we like supporting. We have baseball content. We have soccer content. We have UFC, or just martial arts in general, UFC and boxing. And then, of course, the studio shows as well. So, guys, check it all out.
Yeah. And It's been a wild ride. Yeah, like you said, couldn't imagine like making a website for like a group of like 15 students.
Yeah,
trying to get stuff out there.
Yeah,
you know. But I feel like it's gone well. We've come a long way. Like listening back to our first episode, which I did just a little bit ago when I was making the playlist for our songs of the day, and it's just like. You know, it's a lot different now over the course of like 9 months.
Yeah.
But it's great. I'm so glad that this season for college basketball and the NBA was the season that we covered.
Yeah.
Like that 25, 26 will always be like our season.
Yeah.
You know?
That is incredible to think about.
Yeah.
And knowing that I was watching games of blah, blah, blah every week because I knew I'll be talking about it on Thursday or Wednesday, right? Yeah. So that's incredible to say, and it's incredible to think about.
And if you are a current Medill student in the future and you want to
carry this on,
then email us. Our emails will be in the description, and say that you want to take over the 3-on-3, and we'll do it.
We'll hand the keys over to you.
Yeah.
Please.
So let us know.
Yeah, revise anything you want, but...
How are you going to do the outro this time?
I don't know.
You can't say every week?
I can't say every week, but how about this? Until next time, guys. This has been 303 Hoops. This is for the love of the game. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.